How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to my channel. So far, this is we're starting early September now, and there's actually been quite a few outstanding movies this year. Obviously, Oscar season hasn't come yet, so obviously a lot of great movies will come at the end of the year. But I wanted to give my top 10 favorite movies of so far in 2023. And I've got like a list of several movies that I consider to be honorable mentions. So I'll put that on the screen now, just kind of show you what didn't make my top 10. But obviously some really good movies didn't make my top 10. But as far as the 10 I have on this, at number 10 I have the movie Sound of Freedom. This movie's definitely got a lot of controversy going on with it right now. The subject matter is really dark, and there's some information I guess that's been out there about one of the producers of the movie and a lot of stuff with like Hollywood and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of controversies with this movie, but it's the subject matter is a kind of heartfelt. It's not necessarily a movie that you definitely want to rewatch over and over because it's so dark, the subject matter. But I enjoyed the movie. It was kind of a big surprise. I think it was released like a July 4th weekend. So if you haven't seen that, I'm sure it's probably in streaming now, or going to be available for streaming not too long. So you might want to check it out there, or buy it on physical media if it gets released that way. But, so at number 9, this is probably the most recent one that I've seen. The movie is Talk to Me, and this is like a really the only horror movie I have on my list. But this movie definitely, the ending to this movie definitely has kind of stayed with me since I saw it like about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's got that kind of shocking ending. I think the movie is it's Australian. So if you haven't seen Talk to Me, it's a quality horror movie. So at number 8, I have the movie Sisu. This one's actually Finnish and English. The movie is mostly in English, but it's got this kind of like, so a lot of people are comparing it to like John Wick, but like the action in the movie is just over the top and just nuts. It's a fun movie to watch. It's on physical media now. You can get it on Blu-ray. I don't know if it's on 4K or not, but it's definitely worth checking out. I don't know if it's on streaming or not, but if you haven't seen Sisu, it's definitely worth a watch for sure. So at number 7, I've got this movie. It's one I actually just bought on physical media. It's the movie Infinity Pool. This one I saw. It's like in January of this year. I think the movie was filmed in like sometime during COVID. Like, so it might have been 2020, 2021. But it didn't get released at least in the U.S. until January 2023. But this is a Brandon Cronenberg. If you know David Cronenberg, his father, it's definitely got that kind of that shocking kind of look to it that Cronenberg loves, like the body horror. And Brandon's kind of taken over where his dad was before. This is the uncut version on 4K. I actually just bought this past Tuesday. And I think it had like one physical media release on Blu-ray earlier this year, and a lot of people were kind of disappointed because it didn't really have a lot of special features on it. This one actually has commentary by Brandon Cronenberg and some of the producers of the movie, so it's definitely worth buying this one. I watched it on I guess 4K. I have a 4K player, but I still don't have a 4K TV, so I don't know as far as the quality. It's kind of downgraded to Blu-ray. But you have to tell me if you've seen this in 4K and on 4K TV. Let me know in the comments what you think of the way it looks, because I think the movie's kind of intentionally made to kind of look have like film grain and kind of not look perfect, But I'm glad that at least it got this is a 4K only release. Like I said, it was on Blu-ray before that didn't have the special features that this one has. I don't think it had a commentary before, but it's definitely a weird movie. Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth. It's just a really weird movie. And this is, like I said, this is the uncut version, so it has a lot of stuff that they didn't show in theaters, and so it's even a little bit weirder than it was in that. It's not extremely weirder though. I don't think it's not dramatically longer than the theatrical version of it, but it's definitely worth picking up for the just to kind of get some of the special features and see some of the stuff you didn't see in theaters. As far as number 6, I don't have this one yet, but it's Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I like the first Spider-Verse movie a little bit more, but this one This one I definitely enjoyed. If you like Spider-Man, it's definitely worth checking out on physical media. When I don't know if it's been released yet on physical media, but definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it yet, or check it out on streaming. But yeah, definitely enjoyed that movie. Number 5 is one actually I have. It's going to get a physical media release on September 12th, and the movie is Air. This movie I saw earlier this year. It has Matt Damon's one of the main stars in it. Viola Davis. Has a Jason Bateman. Just a great cast overall. And I've heard some people say that I heard one person say this on YouTube that they thought it was kind of an Oscar bait kind of movie. And if you know what Oscar bait is, I don't agree with that at all. If you grew up in the '80s and you remember Michael Jordan, playing '80s and '90s, and his shoe deal with Nike, how that all went down, and it's one of the most brilliant things that he and his mother took care of it. She demanded this, getting percentage of the Nike sales. And it really changed pro sports forever. Just doing that, where the athlete actually gets a piece of the pie. Which is they're the ones that promote the product, and they should get part of the the profits from it. So I love this movie though, and I can't wait to wait until the physical media gets released on September 12th, and so it's on order. It's going to be delivered to me sometime around that time, so I can't wait to watch that one. At number 4, I have John Wick 4. This one, like I said, I was talking about Sisu earlier, but John Wick 4, I think I don't know. I think I definitely like the first John Wick. I think maybe a little bit more than this one, but I think next to the original, I like Part 4 probably second most, out of that franchise. So it's like a 3-hour movie almost. It's a really long movie. But I really enjoyed John Wick 4. At number 3, I've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This one's actually directed by James Gunn. He's in charge of DC now, but this was like his last project that he did with Marvel, and I thought he did a great job. I really liked the first Guardians Volume 1. I loved the story to that movie, but I didn't love the music in that movie. In Volume 2, I actually loved the music in it, but didn't love the movie necessarily, the story, except I really like as far as Volume 2, I really like the opening sequence of that movie. I thought that was really outstanding, but so much of the rest of the movie was just kind of forgettable to me. But yeah, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone, so it was great to see them in that movie. But I think as far as Volume 3, I thought it took everything that I loved about the first 2 movies and kind of combined them all together. I think it's definitely one I really loved, and it seems like audiences really love that movie too. It's one of the best box office movies from this year. So, Volume 3, really like that one. As far as number 2, I have actually one that didn't do as well as box office, but it's Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. This one kind of disappointing that it didn't do a little bit better in theaters, considering this franchise has been doing really well. But as far as this, like I said, it's Part 1, so in 2024 you're going to get Part 2. But definitely, I love the action in this. Tom Cruise, say whatever you want about Tom Cruise, but I think he does great action movies, and he kind of risks his life to give the paying customer some great action. Especially somebody was like 61 now, so amazing that he can still do that kind of action at that age. He did that, the motorcycle scene with the parachute and everything that you saw in the trailer. Fantastic, as far as just what he put himself through to just entertain people. And if you've seen different, this is like the seventh movie in the franchise. If you've seen what he's done in the franchise, it's just it's incredible. And he's like one of the producers of the movie. So usually they don't let actors do that kind of action because it's just too much of a risk, and you can't insure the actor. If something were to happen and they were to get injured, the insurance usually doesn't pay for that. But I guess because he's a producer of the movie, he gets away with that somehow. But if you know, one of the earlier, I think it was maybe number 5 or so, he broke his foot when he jumped off one building onto the next building and kind of tried to brace himself and got his I think his left foot out, and he actually broke his ankle when he hit the other wall. You know, when his foot hit the wall. So you know, he puts himself in danger, and nobody really asked him to do that. But it's great that he puts himself out there and you know, to entertain the people just around the world. So that I got to respect Tom Cruise at least for that. You know, for entertaining people. So at number one from Christopher Nolan, I have Oppenheimer. This movie is really incredible. I think I saw it. I've seen it like 3 times in the theater. Can't wait till it gets released on 4K. Definitely have to buy that one. Like I said, you know, Robert Downey Jr. is really great in this movie. You know, Cillian Murphy, really great as the lead character. Outstanding. How many major stars are in this movie? It has Benny Safdie, you know, from the Safdie brothers, plays this like Hungarian, one of the scientists in the movie, and I thought he did a really good accent in that. He's obviously a writer, director, producer, you know, actor. He does everything, and I thought his accent was really good in the movie. But Oppenheimer definitely was one that I really enjoyed, and like I said, I'm definitely going to buy that on physical media, and definitely enjoy it quite a bit more. But so please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what your top 10 would be for, you know, so far this year. Obviously today, you know, I put the Equalizer 3 on this, and I saw Bottoms last night. You know, which I thought Bottoms was actually a good movie, but I thought that maybe I'm not necessarily the target audience for that movie. It seems like it definitely has definitely a movie that a female audience would like it, but I laughed through that movie, you know, throughout. So I definitely like that one, but I didn't put that on my honorable mentions because you know, it's a movie I just saw last night. But Equalizer 3, I've seen that franchise, and obviously Denzel Washington's so great, so I had to kind of include that on my honorables. But like I said, please consider subscribing, and have a great night. Thank you. Bye.